Join in on your sofa, join in on your chair. You can fidget all you want, join in anywhere. Adventures abound, treasure to be found. Wishes come true, we'll tell you a story. Will you tell us one too? Fidget story. Pirate Bonnie.
Welcome, me hearties. I'm Bonnie, Pirate Bonnie, and I hereby officially welcome you to the crew. Let's do a salute, crew salute. Hand like this and you say, aye aye, Captain Bonnie. Like pirates of old, I can feel the wind in the sails and smell adventure in the salty sea air. We've got a compass and a long voyage ahead, so settle aboard the good ship Adventure. Our voyage will be filled with treasure. But this will be no ordinary treasure, because this will be no ordinary voyage. And I am certainly no ordinary pirate. This will be the greatest treasure of all. Stories. True stories. True pirate stories. The first, Al Wilder. The oldest pirate story of all. So long ago, some even say it's a fairy tale. The perfect place to start. Is everybody sitting comfortably? Good. Then we shall begin our treasure story, Al Wilder. Once upon a time, across a sea, lived a princess, beautiful as can be. The only daughter of a Viking king, Al Wilder didn't want for anything. She had riches, jewels and pretty dresses, as befits most beautiful princesses. But her father was a fearsome king, angry and wrathful and threatening. And one day, Al Wilder's father cried,
"No one shall have my daughter as their bride."
The Viking king summoned his power and had Al Wilder locked high in a tower.
"No one can my fine daughter marry unless they prove extraordinary. Before they can this tower climb, they must fight snakes covered in slime."
Yes, the king trained snakes to guard the tower. And all alone Al Wilder sat, hour after hour. News of the imprisoned princess spread, but who could rescue her without their bloodshed? Many tried to win Al Wilder's hand, brave suitors from all across Viking land, but faced with snakes, they had all failed. And in the high tower, Al Wilder remained jailed. From her high tower, she could see the sea, and Al Wilder dreamed of sailing wild and free, until one day a prince came riding by. Prince Al, handsome, rich, and not at all shy. Could he defeat the snakes and impress her father, win Al Wilder, and live happily ever after? He killed one snake and then another. He was a brave fighter, taught by his mother. He fought through the snakes. He broke into the tower.
"I've rescued you, my beautiful flower. I'm Prince Al, handsome, true. There's no luckier princess I'll wait than you.
And now I've proven myself, the king will agree to wedding bells for you and for me.
The Viking King did approve the match.
This Prince Alf, he's quite the... he's quite the catch. You may marry my daughter, the famed beauty.
But Alwilda was gazing across the sea.
Alwilda! You must marry the prince. He's handsome, rich, and the king he did convince.
Alwilda looked from prince to king. Alwilda, who never wanted for anything. Alwilda looked from prince to sea and exclaimed, "Stuff this! It's a pirate's life for me! I don't want to be the princess in the story. I'd rather have adventure and glory." And Alwilda turned on her heels and ran, changed her princess dress for the clothes of a man. She gathered her friends, they stole a boat. She became Pirate Alwilda, daring and cutthroat. She set sail, seeking freedom and fun, not to be shut up again by anyone. She went on adventures. She found treasure, explored. But never again was Alwilda bored, singing, "I am Alwilda, famed beauty, and now I rule the waves and the sea." And on she sailed, captain of her crew, fearsome, brave Alwilda, pirate through and through. Oh, wow. Don't you just love her? I absolutely love her. Alwilda, famed beauty of the land, said, "Stuff this. It's a pirate's life for me." Hey, okay, right. Where are we now? Setting a good course, making good time. What do we do now? Oh, yes. Crew salute. Aye, aye, Captain Bonnie. We've had a pirate princess and now we have a pirate queen, Grace O'Malley. I hope you're sitting comfortably on deck. Then I will begin. Grace O'Malley was born in Ireland a long time ago, when there were lots of different clans ruled by chieftains. The clans were often fighting one another and life was hard. Grace O'Malley was the only daughter and such was meant to stay at home. But Grace wanted to follow her father. It was the seas that she loved best.
"'Tis no good, Grace, me girl. You're too weak, too small for a life at sea."
Legend has it that Grace fought off eagles when the birds attacked the family's farm animals. Now, apparently, little Grace flew into the fight with her bare hands and her bare feet. She proved herself tough enough to go to sea with her father. It was hard work, the waters were dangerous, but Grace proved herself over and over again that she was strong enough and tough enough. She got to know the coastline, the coves, the inlets, the islands better than anyone, and she helped to fight off the English ships, which would attack them as Queen Elizabeth had decided she wanted to rule Ireland too. When Grace grew up, she married the son of a neighbouring clan. Her husband was called Donal O'Flaherty, and he really liked fighting.
"You want to fight? Come on, now, let's fight. Come on, let's have a fight. Fight me. Fight me."
Donal became leader of the clan, but he preferred to start battles than look after the people of the clan. So Grace stepped in, And like a true leader, she organised the farms, the fishing, and she made sure the whole clan had enough to eat. Donal, meanwhile, was off starting battles.
You want to fight now? Come on. You want to fight? I like to fight. Come on, fight me. Fight me. Fight me.
Until one day, Donal picked one fight too many, and poor old Donal was defeated in a battle for a castle. Upon hearing that he'd been beaten, Grace did what Grace did best. Grace flew into the fight, but this time Grace flew into the fight with her brains as well as her might. Grace led her clan to victory, and she claimed the castle. But even though she was stronger, cleverer leader, even though she'd won them a castle, even though she'd stopped them all from going hungry, and even though the whole clan loved her, she wasn't allowed to be in charge because she was a girl. The chieftains chose one of Donal's cousins to be leader of the clan instead of Grace.
You want to fight me? Come on. Fight me. I like to fight. Go on, fight me.
Grace was cross. Grace was angry. Grace was furious. Grace said, "Stop this. It's a pirate's life for me." She gathered up some loyal clansmen and she took to the sea. And so began her reign as Pirate Queen of Ireland. Grace knew the coastline, the coves, the inlets, the islands better than anyone. She could hide their ships, launch surprise attacks, and escape from the English. She robbed attackers, taking silk, wine, silver, whatever there was. And what they stole, they'd share amongst the crew. Fair is fair. Grace was a legendary captain. With her sailing skills and her loyal crew, including her son, Tibbet, or Toby of the Sea, Grace led a long and very successful career as a pirate. Until one day, the English Queen sent a new governor to try and rule over Ireland and stop the piracy, Lord Bingham.
Whoa. Hello.
Bingham was ruthless. He hated Grace. He was determined to destroy her ship, destroy her crew, and he pursued them relentlessly.
Found you, O'Malley.
And when he found them, Grace did what she did every time. She flew into the fight, defending her ship and her crew from Bingham's attack. She fought bravely. And Bingham's men started to retreat, but not before they captured her son, Toby of the Sea.
Ha ha! I've captured your son and I shall lock him up.
This time, Grace didn't fly into the fight with her bare hands and her feet. This time, Grace didn't fight with all of her brains and all of her might. She took a deep breath. She looked out to sea. She thought for a moment. She set sail for London.
What?
Once in London, she asked to see the Queen.
But what?
And the Queen said, yes.
What?
Grace O'Malley, notorious pirate, terror of the seas, demanded to speak to the Queen of England.
It's not the, well, it's not the done thing now, is it?
Grace walked into Buckingham Palace. Grace O'Malley, pirate of the seas, walked into a big room in that big palace to have a big talk with the Queen of England. They shut the big door behind them. The Queen of England wanted to rule Ireland and destroy pirates. The Pirate Queen of Ireland wanted her son to be released. They shut the door. No one could believe that the Queen had agreed to speak to this raggedy, vicious, infamous pirate. And after what seemed like a very long, long time, the door opened.
Here are my orders. Grace O'Malley will go free, along with her son Toby of the Sea. They will be paid a handsome sum, and their days of pirating are done.
What?
She promised to go in peace and stop pirating. She stuck to that promise. Mostly. And to this day, no one knows what was said behind that closed door.
Now, really, Grace O'Malley deserves to be more famous, like a proper, big, old pirate famous. She just demanded to see the Queen, completely and utterly brilliant pirate. We should be treasuring these old stories, like Alwilda and Grace and the books from which they came. Oh, and maybe, while we're at it, we could write our own. Oh, I've always wanted to write a book about my own adventures, my own pirate legend, the legend of Pirate Bonnie. Oh, it's got quite a nice ring to it, don't you think? My adventure would be all about the treasure stories with my absolutely incredible crew. Crew salute! We're just about to reach dry land. Telescopes at the ready. Land ahoy! And if you're like me and you'd like to find more treasure and go on more adventures, then you'll have to join my crew next time. Thank you for coming aboard, and I do hope that we get to set sail together again soon. I cannot wait to find out who we meet on our next adventure.
In our story, Pirate Bonnie, Bonnie wanted to write her own legend. I bet you could be a legendary pirate too. If you'd like to be a part of a new Fidget story, here's what to do. Number 1, join the crew. Give yourself a pirate name. Draw a picture of yourself, or you could even get dressed up. Number 2, go on an imaginary adventure in the home. Haul in the anchor, get your telescope at the ready, and set sail on the good ship adventure. Number 3, tell me all about your character. Take a photo or a short film clip. Get your grown-up to help and send it to us so we can make our next story. I cannot wait to meet the crew. Goodbye.
Fidget story.